Storytime on how I found out my ex-best friend was having a secret relationship with her dad. For some background, me and this girl have been friends for like a year. We got close very quick and we told each other literally everything. Like there were no secrets at all between us. We always knew about what each other was doing and their secrets, you know, stuff like that. Anyways, I've always had a weird like gut feeling about her and her dad. Like literally whenever I was around them or I went over to her house, they were both really weird with each other. They both always made like really weird comments about each other. Like the type of comments you should never ever make about your daughter or your dad. Hopefully you're kind of understanding like the type of comments they'd make because I can't really say it, but yeah, those type of gross comments. But I never really thought much of it because they'd always laugh it off after as if it was like a joke or something. So time goes on and it's just continuous flirting that's getting worse and worse. I also didn't want to bring it up and tell her because first I didn't want her to get mad at me for even thinking something like that, but I was just really concerned about it because that's not normal. Also, I wasn't too sure if her mom knew or anything, so one night she's over at my house and we're hanging out in my room. She was on her phone like the entire night and texting, so I kind of like distanced myself a little bit from her because I didn't want to be like all in her business. At that point I got really nosy, so I went up to her and I was like, oh, what are you doing? And I looked at her phone and she was texting her dad, and the texts were very much things that you shouldn't say to your dad at all. It was so inappropriate. I sat there looking at her in shock because I did not know what to say. She was so calm about it too. She was like, oh no, like don't worry about it. Like it's normal. This is how we always are. It's okay. I told her, no, that's not okay. That's not normal. She kept telling me, no, it's okay. And then she started a big argument out of it because I kept telling her like, that's not okay. That's not normal. And from then on, she went to school talking bad about me and spreading rumors about me. Also spreading secrets that I only told her, so I know it was her. It was secrets about my life and just about me in general that I literally did not want anyone knowing. And I trusted her so much, and then for her to say that around the whole entire school. By the way, I did not mention anything about her relationship with her dad, which, you know what, I could have, but I'm not a bad person. But it's just funny to me how she has the audacity to do that when I found that out about her, and she's still spreading things about me, knowing that I have that information on her, which she knows I would never do, but I just think it's messed up. So yeah, that's it for my story time. I have a lot more story times, so follow me for more. I love you guys so much. Bye.
If you are a woman, don't ever do this. Do not ever do this. So basically, I was walking in a store and I passed this certain aisle, and there's this girl in this aisle and she's just staring at me, and I'm deaf with my right ear. So she's saying something and looking at me, but she's talking really quiet and she's on my right side. So I'm like, wait, what? And then I kept saying like, what? Because she was super quiet. And then these two other ladies got in between us and they got in our way. So I was just like, okay, like maybe she's not even talking to me. Like maybe I don't know. Like I was just like in a rush too. I buy my stuff right before I get out of the store. I see her again. I go up to her and I say, hey, were you trying to tell me something? And she was just like, yeah, I was talking to you. I was just asking if I can get money for my baby formula. So I was just like, yeah, of course. Like, where's your stuff at? She takes me to her cart. So we're in the self-checkout and she's buying the baby formula. It comes out to like $168. Once I finish buying it, this girl tells me, I don't know if you see those two girls, but they're talking crap about us. And I was like, what? So then I turned to my left and there's these two beautiful, young, darker looking girls, and they looked like the type of girls like you would think that they would also want to be there for a woman, but they were literally just mad dogging both of us, and they were both like what the hell are you looking at? Like, do you have a problem? Are we gonna fight? Because if we're gonna fight, like, say that. I was very shocked when I seen that, because like, girl, like, you guys are women, you guys should know the struggle. Like, you guys should know how it is. What are you judging us for? Moral of the story, don't judge people. We're all made to help each other, not be so against each other. What you do comes back to you times 3. So if that's what you want to put out in the world, it's going to come back to you times 3, Miss Girls. I wish I would have sucked both of you, but I have God.
So if you're the gas station worker who literally fucked everything up and you're watching this, fuck you. I hope you... Never mind. But here's a story time of what happened. Okay, long story short, me and my friend met this guy at a gas station, became friends with him. Everything was like fine. Literally nothing bad happened between us, so I don't even know why he would do this. But my cousins recently slept over at my best friend, and we thought it was a good idea. Well, actually, we didn't even think it was a good idea. We were like, let's just like go have some fun. So we snuck out and went to his gas station. He wasn't there, but his brother was there. So we were like talking to his brother for a little bit, and then we were like, we should go like see what he's doing. So we went to his house. My friend called him. She called him and said, can we come in? Like, we're bored, we want to hang out, whatever. So we went in. When he opened the door, he specifically said, yes, you guys can come in. That's like a key to the part of the story. Okay, so after he literally gave us permission to come in his house, we were hanging out in his house for like a couple of minutes. Literally nothing else happened. He told us to leave and I literally said, I respect you, we can leave. And then we left and that's it, okay? That's all that happened. Then we went home, we went to sleep, everything was fine. The next day, we had my brother's birthday trip, and so we like got up early, we left for the trip, and nothing else was happening. We were at the trip, everything was fine, we went to a water park, and then later that night, we got home, and we were about to order food. So anyways, then we ordered food, and everything was fine, and my cousin gets this call that we broke into someone's house. We broke the door, I'll put the picture right here. We broke his door. And he said that he was taking us to court. We were all going to jail. He's going to press charges against all of us. And I have no clue what's going on. This gas station worker went to my friend's house. Her friend's mom came to my house. And my mom called my aunt. But then, like, we were just getting screamed at. And I was like, you know what, bro? We're on a fucking trip. I don't even care about that. Like, I'm just going to go do my own thing. Whatever. So then we literally all just put our phones down. And we were like, fuck it. Like, fuck all this. Let's just go to the pool. So we literally just left our phones. We all went to the pool because we didn't feel like dealing with it, like, because it was all fake. Then we get back from the pool, and I'm getting text messages from my mom and calls from my mom saying that we did drugs and that we were smoking pot and drinking, and it was all this stuff. And we seriously, in this situation, did not know how to even defend ourselves because these accusations were, like, genuinely insane. Like, I didn't even know what to say. They were saying that they knew that we were smoking pot and drinking. And then they also said that we are all getting drug tested and we are all getting alcohol tests when we get home. And I'm like, okay. We got home. They were both sitting at the counter and they were just like, just asking us like what happened. And then they weren't even that mad. And then at the water park that we were at, they were accusing us of not being there. Like, they were like, how much would I bet you guys just left your phones at the water park and you guys went to go smoke pot? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, guys, I'm telling you, we were getting accused of so much shit that we didn't even know what to say. This is all coming from the gas station worker. All of it. And he doesn't even know me like that for real. So, yeah. So thank you for ruining my whole fucking trip. Fuck you. I hate you and you're a bitch. He was also saying that we were in his gas station causing commotion. No, the fuck we weren't. So, yeah, that was just a whole fucked up trip and everything was ruined. Even though we low-key still had fun because nothing was true. It was just like, I don't like when people look at me like that. So I was kind of upset. But thanks for listening to the story time. I love you guys. Bye.
This teacher essayed her 16-year-old student and no one thought there was anything wrong with it. She would dress inappropriately for school and even made her other students play lookout as she essayed this boy in her classroom during school hours. This is Haley Clifton Carmack. Growing up, Haley had a seemingly normal childhood. She was quite popular in high school. One could say that Haley peaked in high school and she was just always stuck in like this teenager mindset. Haley was always desperate for attention and especially from boys. She graduated high school in 2016 and while she was in college, Haley met and started dating Chance Carmack. And when they started dating, Haley was 21 years old and Chance was 17. They actually got married and pregnant with their first child when she was 21 and he was 17. And they had their second child when she was 23 and he was only 19. And at 24 years old in 2022, Haley got her first teaching job, teaching math at Lakeway High School. And at first, students and her coworkers really liked Haley. But very quickly, the overall atmosphere shifted. Haley was definitely seen as the young, hot teacher, and she started getting a lot of attention from her male students. And remember, these are 14, 15, 16-year-old boys. But Haley really liked this attention. When these students would flirt with Haley, instead of shutting it down, she encouraged it, she played into it, she flirted back. And it got even worse when Haley started wearing these really inappropriate outfits to work, to school. She's a teacher and she's wearing really revealing clothing, really tight clothing, low-cut tops. And apparently you could see everything. The male students actually began calling her the camel-toe teacher. At the start of her second year of teaching, Haley is 25, about to turn 26 years old. She's the mother to 2 very young daughters and only 4 years into her marriage when she becomes extremely close with one of her students, a 16-year-old boy named James. His identity is not revealed to the public, so we're gonna call him James. And it really was not long into that school year that Haley began to SA 16-year-old James. She was statutory SAing her underage student who's 10 years younger than her nearly every single day in her classroom after school. And then she would just go home and be a wife and mother. And as you can imagine, there were a lot of problems in her marriage with Chance. And Chance knew that there was something different in their relationship, that something changed, that they were having problems, but he just didn't know what it was. I'm sure he never imagined that it was that his wife was SAing a child. He did not find out about this yet, but he did end up filing for divorce. And now newly single, Haley started acting like her 16-year-old student James was her boyfriend. And at this point, James is also bragging to his friends that he was sleeping with the hot teacher. He was actually bragging to his friends and classmates that their teacher left her husband for him because she told him that he was better in bed than her husband. Haley was sending money to James, she was sending him inappropriate photos, all while being his teacher and while calling him her baby. How sick is that? She was also using James's friends that were also her students as lookouts while she SA'd James in her classroom during school hours. How is she getting away with this, and how is she so bold? It almost makes you think that this is not her first time preying on a child if you don't count that she met her husband when he was 17. But we're only like 2 months into the school year at this point. The relationship, I don't even want to call it that because this is not a relationship, but whatever's going on between Haley and her 16-year-old students, it's only been happening for 2 months. And rumors were definitely spreading throughout school that there was something illegal going on between Haley, Mrs. Carmack, and James. And poor 16-year-old James began to question his relationship with his teacher. So he actually turned to his father, Mark, for advice, and he told his dad everything that was going on. But Mark did not care that his 16-year-old son was being assaulted by his teacher. But I bet he would care if it was his 16-year-old daughter with a male teacher. He actually told his son James that if he was going to sleep with his teacher, that he would rather him do it at his house so he could keep an eye on them. I'm sorry, what? So now, 16-year-old James's dad is inviting his teacher to come into his home and SA him. Mark is inviting an adult to come into his home to SA his underage child. Just imagine if the genders were reversed.